Hey everyone, today I want to teach you how to use a real estate fix or flip analyzer. This will help you analyze the probability of the various deals in your area, giving you the confidence that you need to pursue certain opportunities. I'm bringing my wife along. I'm Matt, this is Rachel. Rachel doesn't know much about real estate. I pretend to know a little bit. I'm on a journey to learn more and more every day, but I brought her along. She's going to ask questions and help make sure I don't miss anything or breeze over important details, so that you guys can make sure you understand sort of the lingo, because there's kind of like a weird lingo involved that you have to learn. So anyways, so we're just going to go through my spreadsheet line by line and sort of dive in. By the way, I got most of this from a guy named Sean. He's great. He made a cool tool. I'll link his channel below, but this is more just like how to use a deal analyzer. I'll make another video about creating my own, and I'll link that video later. But anyways, let's just dive right in. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. So, when you're flipping houses, the goal is to find houses that are like in distress, purchase them for low.
In distress?
Yeah, distress, like they need help, basically. Like they might be a little run down.
What's like some visual examples?
Like, let's say there's things all over their yard. The lawn is
clutter.
Clutter.
Okay.
The lawn isn't taken care of. It's outdated styling, maybe like old brick or broken windows. Just all kinds of things where you're like, that house is a little bit struggling and sad.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know it's in a good area, perhaps, or you know it has potential. You can
or the neighbors are good.
Or the neighbors are good.
Yeah. Okay.
So you want to buy it, put some money into it, sell it, so that you can make a profit and it's a win-win.
Cool.
So the first thing you need to know is what the purchase price is. So you find this just on the MLS or the multiple listing service. It's
so you have this house and you take this page and then use it to find out, what are you trying to figure out?
We're trying to figure out whether or not you should buy this house.
Okay.
Some houses, because there's actually like sort of a lot of hidden costs and stuff involved with flipping houses. You have to buy the house, you have to put in money to rehab the house to make it look better, and then you need to know how much it's probably going to sell for, so then you can use that to know whether or not you're going to make money on it. Or if you lose money, you probably don't want to pursue that.
So this shows you if you lose or will make money from flipping the set house.
It'll help you know if you should flip it or if it's going to be a flop.
Oh, flip or flop.
Flip or flop.
Okay.
That's why it's called what it is.
Okay. Back to, I see this box is input data.
Yeah, so this is kind of all the variable factors that are involved with purchasing a house, and then the rest of it will be sort of highlights of whether or not you're going to make money.
Yeah.
But these are the variables that change, and so.
Oh, okay.
So you put all of
input data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So anyways, first thing you need to know is how much you're going to buy it for. So you find that online. There's various tools like Zillow or Redfin, if you've heard of those, but there's also the MLS, a multiple listing service. That's like an official real estate page, so that you know how much the sellers are listing their houses for.
Huh.
So anyways, you can pull data straight from the internet. You gotta love our day and age, and figure out how much.
All of this is on that website?
Just the purchase price mostly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you figure out how much it's worth. Then rehab cost is a bit complicated to figure out. This is your cost of if you need new flooring, or if you need to put in a new window, or if you need to redo the lawn, or new appliances, etc.
Yeah.
I'll make another video about how to properly estimate rehab costs. It's a bit complicated.
Because it's different for each house.
It's different for each house. Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, in this example, we'll just say $100,000 for now. We'll kind of play with the numbers later and show how, if you save money on rehab, how it might affect your profitability and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, hard money. Hard money. It comes from bankers. Bankers that basically. They look at the deal and they say, hey, if that's a good deal, I'm going to give you money for it. So they often give you money based on a percentage. So they'll say like, I'll pay you for 90% the of the purchase price, or yeah. So basically, you need to know what percentage they're willing to contribute to the project. Then they're also hard money lenders will also give you money to cover the rehab costs themselves.
Oh, that's nice.
Lots of them will cover 100% of the rehab costs. So if you're
wow.
rehabbing is $100,000, they'll just like up your loan amount by $100,000.
Wow. Okay.
So the catch for them is they get interest. So the longer you have the house, the more interest you're paying them, and it's often a pretty high interest rate. Like 10% is pretty high.
Because you're trying to flip it as fast as possible and sell it soon.
Yep.
So you want a short loan, but that's the risk that you
exactly.
see. Okay.
So the benefit for them is if you take a long time, you're going to be paying them a lot in interest, and they'll be making a lot more money.
Yikes. But smart.
Smart.
It's like a win-win.
Yeah, if you play it right, it can be a win-win. The next thing is called hard money points. I don't know why it's called points. If someone knows, please comment and tell me. I don't get it.
Okay.
It's often also known as origination fees.
Okay.
Basically, they need you to put some sort of skin in the game too.
Yeah.
Because if like you don't believe in your deal, then there's no way that they believe in their deal.
Mm.
So the hard money points, it's really a percentage. So again, not sure why it's called points, but basically that is money you're gonna have to pay up front to get the deal. So hard money points, the longer you've been investing, the more experience you have, you can sort of lower the points. For new investors like myself, it'll probably be higher. On average, I'm seeing like 1 to 3 points is kind of an average depending on your experience. So I put 2 in for now. But basically...
Is this similar to a down payment?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It's like a down payment to the loan.
Yeah. Just like
themselves.
on a house loan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just have to pay that to them.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's also a lot of like miscellaneous fees involved with hard money, like processing for them to set up the deal. There's legal things. There's just like a lot of things that go on, so you have to include those miscellaneous fees.
Cool.
Purchase quiet costs. I don't know why it's called quiet costs. Again, so if someone else knows, I'm learning a lot as we go too, if you can't tell. But basically, there's some other various expenses. The guy I watched said it's usually around $3,000. So for now, we're gonna put that.
Cool.
As I learn more, that'll probably be a better number.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's like there's fees for when you purchase a title and the escrow, and there's just like a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And then you have to involve like miscellaneous expenses. So like when perhaps you're staging the house, so when you're going to sell it, you like put in some furniture that makes it look nice, so that potential buyers come in and say like, oh, this is a cool home, I want to be here, etc. So you have to pay the stager. There's marketing fee, like if you want to promote your house online or whatever, cleaning, other miscellaneous costs. So
that seems smart to include this in the whole breakdown. I feel like that would be easily forgotten.
Yeah, totally.
Skipped over.
Agreed. So this is another fun number to come up with. It's called ARV. It's after rehab value. It's basically the final sales price. So,
oh wow.
Like I'm buying this house for $700K. I think with some work and pulling comparisons in the area, I can sell it for $1 million. So lots of people look at it and be like, oh, I'm buying it for $700, I'm selling it for $1 million, I'm going to make $300,000. But that's kind of a naive way to look at it, because you have
all these
at least $100,000 in rehab. You've got all these different fees and stuff, so you have to calculate all these things. But in the end, I mean, the higher your ARV, the more money you're going to be making.
Do you know how you find the ARV?
Yeah, so what you do is you pull comparisons in the area.
Okay.
So let's say the house has 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it's got new appliances. It's kind of the house that you want your house to be. You pull comparisons in that area and say, how much are they selling their houses for?
Okay.
And you talk to real estate agents, perhaps just kind of get a feel for like what houses are going for in the area.
The local people will know who are in the business.
Yeah, so it takes some research, basically, online or talking to agents, etc., to figure out what the comps are. Comparisons, people call them comps.
Cool.
And then you're like, this is a realistic goal. It's kind of nice to underestimate on your ARV, because then, like, if I think,
then the excess.
perhaps I think it actually could be 1.2 million, but
you don't want to risk.
I don't want to risk it because maybe it won't actually sell for that much.
Yeah, so you lowball it.
You lowball it.
Okay, next.
You also have some closing quiet costs. All three of these things are paid at the sale of the house, so you don't have to pay these up front, but they will come into play eventually. Usually the closing costs are about like 2% of the sales price or this ARV value. That includes like title, transfer, your property taxes, things like that. Just lots of logistical things. Then you also have to pay real estate sellers and real estate buyer agents their commissions. Usually combined between the two, it's about like 6%, 5 to 6%. So I just kind of put 2.5 to each side. Depending on if you know the agent or whatever, you might be able to work out a good deal on the commission to get not have to pay them quite as much. But anyways, you have to pay the real estate agents on both sides. Here you have the duration of the project, how long you think it's going to take you. This includes both the rehab work and how long it's going to be on the market for.
Oh, wow.
So it's a guess, right? But the longer you do it, the more experience you have. You want to get this number as low as possible. And then here's your tax rate, which is just like, you find that online. It's what your local taxes are. So these are all the input data.
Wow, this
kind
is
of a
all
lot.
the information you collect to figure out the math.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got it.
Any questions so far? It's kind of a lot.
It is a lot. How long do you think it would take you to get all this information for one property?
Me personally, probably, I don't know, an hour maybe or less.
Oh, okay.
But
it seems like a lot, but you can quickly input.
There's most of the time these will be the same. This will be the same.
Oh.
You kind of have a guess on what this is going to be.
Oh, that makes sense.
This
too,
is usually like a percentage type thing. So lots of this is
sort of the same.
It's
like part of the calculator.
Right, but you need to calculate it, so you have to put it in.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Yep.
That seems easy.
Yep. So, moving on, we're going to go through, there's kind of a lot here, but we're going to go through just some of the different costs involved with, buying a house. Right?
Okay.
So, here, this is all like calculated. So here, basically, you say, if they're paying for 90% of my project and it's $700,000, I need to come up with $100,000, right? Because they're only paying for 90%. So you take your purchase price and then multiply it by 1 minus the percentage that they're giving you. Anyways, so in this fictitious example, we have to come up with a down payment of $70,000.
This is to buy the house?
This is to buy the house.
Okay.
Yep. The loan amount is basically the purchase price. This is the bank loan amount. The construction loan amount is how much they're willing to pay, which is 100% times the rehab cost. If they're only willing to pay for 50%, then you will have, you'll have to put in some more money from yourself for the construction loan amount, etc.
So then you have your total.
So I have a total loan amount. This is how much I need to buy the house. From the bank.
Okay.
This is a bit interesting. So the hard money lenders are going to collect interest. So basically, what you need to do is take the interest rate. They're at 10%. Then you
well, the calculator just does it for you.
Yeah, the calculator does it for you. But basically, this is how much money you're going to pay in interest to the hard money lender.
Okay.
And you have to factor in for how long you keep it. So if we adjusted this to be like 6 months, that interest payment is going to be more.
I see. Okay.
Yep. So this is the per month. It's handy for me to know how much interest I'm paying every month.
Because that means how much money you probably have to come up with out of pocket every month.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Hard money points. This is just kind of the percentage. We had the hard money points is 2%, so this is just a dollar amount on that.
Okay.
So now we have a total cost of hard money, which is $37,000. So we have to pay the hard money lender $37,000 in this example to get the house.
Okay.
So total cash out of pocket is the cost of the hard money, your down payment, and the construction loan amount. Right, we're not actually going to pay anything for construction in this example, and then your miscellaneous expenses, purchase quiet costs.
Oh, wow.
Like so
now you've added up total cash out of pocket.
Yeah, to buy this house, I have to pay this much money.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Woo! We made it.
We made it. So that's acquisition costs.
Acquisition costs.
Now there's closing costs, which is when you close on a deal. There's lots of various costs involved. We kind of went over some of this.
Is this when I close on buying the house or I close on selling the house?
When I'm selling the house, there's some costs involved with selling the house.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I knew that actually.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is, you have to pay real estate agents their commission.
Okay.
So both the seller and the agent, you'll remember we said that like 2.5%.
Yeah.
So you take 2.5% of the after rehab value, the ARV, and that's what you're gonna have to pay.
So we have commission, the property taxes we pay, miscellaneous closing costs.
Yep, that we already
which we
talked about. And so now we have total closing costs
when we're selling
the house.
Okay.
There's going to be it's kind of a lot, right? You have to pay the agents that you found the house for you, that are going to be selling the house. You have to pay taxes and titles and all these things. So
that is closing costs.
That's closing costs.
Nice.
So now we've gone through our input data, our acquisition costs, our closing costs. Now we kind of come to the end, our summary.
A summary.
Right?
How
This
helpful.
is where the good stuff happens.
Oh, tell me.
So if you've fallen asleep because my numbers are boring, wake back up. It's go time.
It's the summary time. It all comes together. Yeah. Okay, tell me.
All right. So we kind of have some repeat data here.
Right.
We have the final sales price or our ARV. We have our purchase price. So we bought the house for $700,000. We're hoping we can sell it for $1 million. We have $100,000 in renovation costs. We have $72,000 in closing costs, $37,000 in financing costs, $9,000 in miscellaneous costs. So our total expenses is our purchase price, renovation, all this stuff. In this example, it's like $919,000, which is misleading because you're like, oh, I only have to buy it for $700K, right?
I should.
But you have to factor in all these other things,
else.
renovation, what it's going to cost to sell it, etc.
Yeah.
So really, you're kind of buying it for $919,000.
Oh.
And but you're selling it for $1 million. So in that case, you have a net profit of $80,000. Which it's up to the investor on whether or not that's worth it. Some investors won't touch projects unless it's like 100,000.
Really?
They have like thresholds. They're like, because it's risky.
Makes sense.
These numbers are estimates in the end. So if you have a net profit of like $5,000, that's risky because like
if you're off by $5,000.
Yeah, if one of your numbers is off $5,000, you're not going to make money. Or if it's off by $10,000, you're losing money, right? So, anyways, but if your net profit's pretty high, it's like even if you lose some money here or there, you're gonna still make money. So then you have a return on investment, which is basically like your total cash out of pocket. I'm paying $116,000 and I'm only making $80,000. So lots of people also won't like invest on a deal unless the ROI is positive or above 1, because like in the end I'm paying this much money out of pocket and I'm only making this much money back. So in the end, maybe this house that we've been doing like is not a profitable house. Deal. So like,
what do you think?
This could be a flop. I don't know yet. I'm curious to see where my thresholds are going to be as I really dive into this real estate journey. Like making $80K, I'm like, I could use $80K. Seems good to me. But I think it's something you learn over time as you like do a deal. Because I haven't done a deal yet, right? I'm just learning. So it's like, to me, $80K seems great. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, worth it. Because yes, I have to pay all this money, but like I might be able to find friends and family to help me pay some of that money, because then we could split some of the profit different ways.
But either way, you have this spreadsheet to enter the data and figure this out.
Exactly. So then, as you're going through different houses, like maybe this house you don't want to buy because it's like too risky, but you're like, oh, there's this other house I saw on the MLS or whatever that is like only $600,000 to purchase, and I can spend this roughly the same amount on rehab. I think I could still sell it for the same amount. Then like all your numbers are updating here, right? And then you come down and it's like, holy crap! I can make a net profit of $186,000, and my ROI is just
1.8.
1.8. Like
it's above 1.
I gotta do the deal.
Gotta do the
and
deal.
Like if there was this much potential money, you probably won't find someone willing to sell it.
Because
someone else would have bought it.
Yeah.
So then you can also use the spreadsheet to say like, I want to make a competitive offer that is going to get me the house. So like you can offer above purchase price. So you're like, I'd be willing to actually in fact do $700,000. They're only asking for $600,000. So then they'll choose me and like, yeah, I'll give you this because you're paying $100,000 more, but secretly it's because I know I'm still gonna make $80K.
Yeah.
So anyways, you can figure out like how much you're willing to offer on a house using this tool.
What? Okay, so this tool can tell you if a house would flip or flop, and even show you how much you could offer on a house to still flip instead of flop it.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Anyways, again, I got this specific analyzer from a dude named Sean.
Shout out Sean.
Shout out to Sean. He's great. There's some things I like about it, some things I might tweak. I'll probably make another video for like my specific analyzer that I use over time. But anyways, yeah, I'll tag his channel below. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you learned something as well.
I did. I learned so much.
Yeah. Anyways, that's how you use it. So good luck out there, flippers.
Good luck.